Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today as I talk about the topic of boundaries. If you have ever taken any of my Your Best Self courses, if you've ever worked with me one on one, you know that we always end up talking about boundaries. Boundaries are a huge part of the healing process. We can't really heal completely. We can't really walk in abundance or blessings. We can't have healthy relationships or even a healthy body until we put boundaries in place. And it's not always easy. We can go through periods of our life where it's easy to put boundaries in place. We're super, super, super focused. And then all of a sudden, maybe we get distracted. Maybe we don't spend as much time reading our Bibles or in prayer. Maybe we aren't renewing our minds in the morning time, and life just kind of hits us, and we get focused on other things, and all of a sudden it can be really hard to put boundaries in place. I know for me personally, I am in a season of renewing my mind, of getting back to those basic principles of keeping those boundaries in place. And as I have been in the process of reviewing my life and where I need to put boundaries in place, I thought it might be helpful for those of you guys who are in my tribe um, to think about too, where do you need to put boundaries in place? Boundaries are healthy. And so it may not always be easy, but we definitely need boundaries. So if you are struggling right now, you're in a season where maybe you've been through my Your Best Self Freedom Living course and you know the steps you need to take in order to release excess weight, in order to achieve health, to reverse disease. Maybe you're in or have taken my Your Best Self Abundance course and you know the mindset that you need to be in for financial freedom or time freedom. You know what to do, but you're struggling. Your mind says, this is what you need to do. And the body is all over the place with this, I want when I want when I want it. And you're chaining yourself to your lust or to your desires. I know what that's like. And so let's talk about boundaries together. Let's get back on track with our boundaries. So if you're in that season where you're struggling, one thing that God really spoke to me about this week, and maybe it's for you as well, is maybe the boundaries that you need to put in place right now are not the big boundaries that you could easily put in place 6 months ago. Maybe you've moved so far back of the progress that you had made that to go in 100% is going to set you up for failure. If you're in that place, I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to be exactly where you are. And I want you to come in with a mindset of being open to putting boundaries in place, but not going in 100%. I'm going to make 600 different changes to my lifestyle all in one day and expect to keep all 600 of those changes constantly for the rest of your life. It's probably not going to happen. So let's not set ourselves up for failure. Let's set ourselves up with some boundaries that are going to bring success. We all like to be successful. We like to achieve things. So let's think about where we are. So first, let's talk about boundaries. What will happen right now if you set boundaries, any kind of boundary in place for the next 4 weeks? What would happen on the other side of that 4 weeks? Do you like where you might end up? And then I want you to think about what will happen if you don't make a change today, if you don't start doing something different. What's going to happen 4 weeks from now? And think about it. Which outcome do you want? Which outcome do you really, really want? If you want the second one, then maybe you're not at a place to put any boundaries in place. And it might be a good time to get with me and schedule a one-on-one session, and let's work through that. There's some barriers there. There's some energies, possibly some trapped emotions, some toxins that are really preventing you, and most of it's probably not even your fault or anything that you're even aware of. So if that's the case, definitely link up with me and let's get your session scheduled. But if you're in the number one, where you know you'd rather be in that better place, then let's now think about what is a good amount of boundaries that you could put in place over the next 4 weeks. So for instance, I work with a lot of people with weight release because I've been on my own journey and have been very successful. So maybe it's that we put the boundary in place that we're not going to drink soda for 4 weeks. That's it. That's it. Hold on to that one boundary. Don't walk in with a, I'm not going to eat sugar, I'm not going to eat grains, I'm not going to eat fast food, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to make raw juices every day and make all these changes at once. Just maybe remove one thing like soda or sugar or candy bars or I don't know, whatever it is, one thing, and just make that change. That would be what we would call a get your feet wet boundary. You're just toe dipping in, and that's okay, because that toe dip change, if you consistently made that one change over a year's period, you would see a significant dramatic difference in your life. So maybe you're there, just getting your feet wet. Maybe you're at the middle of the road. You're going to make a little bit more changes, maybe two changes in your life, two different things, 2 or 3. You're there, you're a little bit more motivated, you know you've done well with the past, you have a plan, you're going to implement it like an 80-20 kind of thing. If that works for you, if that's where you're ready, do that. Okay, then that's okay, that's good. Maybe you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're sick and tired of being in debt. You're sick and tired of working a job that you hate. You're sick and tired of failed relationships. You're sick and tired of being 50 pounds overweight. Whatever it is that you are so tired of living that you're in it to win it. Maybe you're going to be my hardcore people, and take weight release because it's just really easy to talk about. You know the nutrition, you know the foods that your body wants, the whole body pleasers, you know the reject foods. So you're going back to that. You're going back to your only eating your pleasers, and you're not going to eat your reject foods because you know they're going to make you sick and not feel good. And you already have your plan for the gym. You're going to work out 5 days a week. You are going in. That's okay too. So think about which area of boundary you're ready to set for the next 4 weeks, and just do that. No pressure to be 1, 2, or 3. You can choose whichever one, but I encourage you to really think about which level you want to choose, and I want you to write it down on an index card. And I want you to review it every day for 4 weeks. And I want you to visualize yourself making those changes, whether it be one change all the way to a very consistent lifestyle change. Whatever it is, write down your steps, visualize your outcome, what you want to look like in the 4 weeks, what you want your bank account to look like in 4 weeks, what you want your relationships to look like in 4 weeks. Visualize that every day and renew your mind, pray, ask God for help, because those who humble themselves are the ones who get the blessings. We get the blessings from God. So ask for help from above and put those boundaries in place. All right. Thank you, guys.